Benvenuti su Italianissimo. Let's learn Italian, the Italian way. All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are going to tackle one of the most useful, most versatile verbs in the entire Italian language, prendere. You probably think you know prendere, right? You learned it means to take, and yeah, you're not wrong. But if that's all you think it means, well, you're really just scratching the surface.
So in this explainer, we are going way beyond the basic textbook definition. We're going to explore all the different ways you can use it, the ways that are absolutely key if you want to sound more natural, more fluent when you speak Italian. Okay, first things first. We got to build a solid foundation, right? So let's kick things off with the most common, most literal meaning of the verb. So at its absolute core, prendere means to take something you can physically hold or carry. You know, it's that direct translation, probably the very first one you learned. So the key thing here is the physical action, like taking a book, grabbing a pen, or picking up a jacket. If you can physically get your hands on it, prendere is the verb you want. Simple enough, right? All right, so we've got the basics down pat. Now let's see how this verb starts to branch out into more abstract ideas. You know, things you can't exactly hold in your hands. And this next one is super common and so useful. Think about it. In English, we say we catch a bus or we get a cold. Well, in Italian, it's simpler. You just prender them. And this is where you can really see how flexible this verb is. You've got ho preso l'autobus. I took the bus. And then, of course, there's that classic warning. You'll hear it from every Italian grandma. Non prendere freddo. Don't catch a cold, okay? All right, this next part, this is where we get into the really good stuff. I'm talking about the social and idiomatic uses that are going to make you sound less like you're reading from a textbook and more like a local. Seriously, if you're in Italy, you will use this all the time. When you're ordering at a cafe or a restaurant, you don't really say, I want, or even I would like. The most natural, common way to do it is to say, I take. It's literally that simple. Prendo una pizza. And this shows you how deep it goes into Italian social life. When someone asks, Prendiamo un caffè? That's not just, shall we take a coffee? It's an invitation. It's a daily ritual. It means, shall we have a coffee? Okay, now let's switch gears a bit. Let's look at how prendere can describe how someone reacts emotionally. This one's a little more idiomatic for sure, but trust me, you'll hear it constantly. It's all about how someone takes the news. So the key phrase you want to remember here is prenderla bene, to take it well, or prenderla male, to take it badly. It's such a great little shortcut for describing how someone handled a situation. All right, here's our first big idiom, prendere in giro. Now, this does not mean to take someone in a circle. It actually means to tease someone or make fun of them, usually in a playful, lighthearted way. Next up, we've got prendere parte a. This is a slightly more formal way to say you're participating in something or attending an event. You are literally taking part in it. And our last idiom for today is prendere nota. This one's cool because it can be literal, like physically writing something down in a notebook, or it can be figurative, like just making a mental note of something important. So we've seen all these awesome ways to use prendere, but how do you actually use them? Let's do a quick and dirty review of the grammar so you can start throwing this verb into your own sentences right away. Because getting the grammar right is what really makes the verb yours. We'll look at the present tense first, which is nice and easy, you'll be glad to hear, and then the past tense, which just has one little trick you need to remember. And the good news is, in the present tense, prendere is a totally regular ere verb. Yep, no surprises here. The endings are exactly what you'd expect. Io prendo, tu prendi, lui prende. You know the drill. Okay, so that's the present tense sorted. Easy. But what happens when you want to talk about something that already happened? How do we build the passato prossimo, which is the past tense you'll use most of the time? It's just a simple three-step process. First, you're going to need the helper verb avere. Second, and this is the big one, so listen up, the past participle is irregular. It's not prenduto, it's preso, Preso. And hey, because we use avere, you don't have to worry about changing the ending for gender or number. See? Easy. Let's actually see it in a sentence. Ieri ho preso un gelato. Yesterday I had an ice cream. Or how about abbiamo preso l'autobus in ritardo? We caught the bus late. You see, that past participle is always preso. It doesn't change. And there you have it. From ordering a coffee to catching a cold, this verb is just woven into the fabric of everyday Italian life. It is so much more than just to take. Honestly, it's like a key that unlocks a much more natural, more fluent way of speaking. But hey, just watching this is only the first step, right? The only way you're going to truly master prendere is to actually use it. So here's my challenge to you. Try writing 3 sentences of your own using what you've just learned. Come on, give it a shot. Put it into practice.
Learning a new language is an adventure. You're doing great. Ci vediamo presto. Grazie for watching. Hit subscribe and keep learning Italian the smart way totally, right here on Italianissimo. A presto, ciao!